plants is so weird, because I eat like sun, like just giant fiery things in the sky, and I feel like it must taste pretty good too, because if you think about it, like the ingredients in sugar, and sugar's great, by the way. I don't know if you guys have tried sugar, but it's really good, I strongly recommend. But the ingredients in sugar are sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. And carbon dioxide is like poison, so it tastes bad, and water tastes okay, which means that like if sugar is made from like bad tasting stuff and okay tasting stuff in one mystery ingredient, the mystery ingredient must be great, so sun must be amazing. I like plants. Should do stand-up comedy directed only at plants. Hi plants. How about gardeners, am I right? They like deflower you. It's a bit of a human-y joke there, because, you know, there's like a term, it's a bit of a sexual human joke, because when you like lose your virginity, you get deflowered, so, yeah. It's a bit mean for plants though. It's like plants get raped every time. I don't know. You know, actually, if a human smells a plant's pollen, because they keep their genitals, you guys probably all know this, I'm sure you went through whatever weird plant sex ed you have, but they keep their genitals on their pollinators, so whenever a human smells a flower, they're like orally raping the flower, so... yeah, and flowers can't give consent, so you're always in the wrong. Unless you get really drunk, and then you orally rape a flower. Because then you can't give consent either, so you can just sue each other, and then, yeah. I don't think that's happened yet, though. Sunlight. Whatever happened to the sun regular? It's another human-y joke. See, because... us humans, you guys eat like big fiery bowls of fire, so you don't get fat, but us humans, we eat you. The skinny ones do. The fat ones feed you to like big fat cows, and then we eat the cows, so we gain a lot of body fat, so we actually have these things that are like the light versions, which means they're less calories, so sunlight is like less calorie sun. Yeah, ha 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 ha. I feel like flowers are they're very like, if you think about it, most people think that humans are like, they're very needy, like have high standards, like in dating, like we have all these things, like the man has to open the door, but if you think about it, humans are like the least of all the animals, because even plants, for crying out loud, I mean, plants have really weird sex lives, like they don't just have sex. It would be really strange if you walked in on a plant having sex, but basically plants, they like convince a bee to aid in their like sex lives. So they have to grow these flowers. It's not for the plants, because plants don't have eyes. It's for the bee. And if you think about it, I mean, bees are awful, awful creatures. I mean, they flippin' sting people. They don't deserve nice smells or like flowery fondness. I mean, plants are going way too far. It's just absurd. Like if I was trying to like seduce a bee, I would have to like wear perfume, dress in like fancy colours. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, yes, it would be nice to have sex with a bee, but quite frankly, I don't have time for that. So, yeah. In birds too, I mean, like a female peacock. Come on. Like, that is seriously getting one of those like feathery beauties. How does that even work out? And they make you sing songs too. I mean, if someone made me sing a song to mate with them, I would not want to sing a song. That's just not how I roll. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a bit stock up if you ask me. What are the animals? There was like another animal that I was thinking of earlier when I was discussing with myself. What other animal was that? And flowers, like another weird thing about flowers is I feel like they're just so dependent on other species that it's almost humiliating. I mean, like, I get it, like, we're all dependent on plants for food, but seriously, they need a plant to, like, aid in sex. Like, who does that? I mean, I don't have bees aid in my sex. That would be a really weird fetish, but plants make it sound normal. And then also, like, when they have babies, they have to, like, put it in food and then trick birds into, like, eating it and pooing it out. I mean, could you imagine if, like, your mum did that to you? Like, you find her, like, after a bird shits you out in, like, 6 years, and you're like, oh, Mum, what on earth happened? And then they're like, oh, yeah, sorry, I had to put you in a watermelon and trick a bird into eating you, because, I mean, your brothers and sisters, they were falling out close to the yard, and I like my sunlight, and so do they, so kind of wanted you to have your own go at things. So, yeah, sorry about that, but you're good now, so I think we can all just forget the past. Speaking of plants, Johnny Appleseed. Someone I just don't understand. I mean, like, he's just some dude that plants apple trees. That's just a hobby. You don't become famous on that. I remember in school we had to, like, eat apples and be all like, yeah, Johnny Appleseed, and then, I don't know. And plus, who would want the nickname Johnny Appleseed? That's just dumb. Like, you can't, like, go up to people like, hey, I'm Johnny Appleseed. I got that nickname because I plant apples places. And I shoved a lot of apples up my anus. I think that's really why he got the nickname. I think historians are wrong, because planting apple seeds, where'd you plant them, up your bum? Yeah. I feel like if you shove enough apples up your anus, like to the point where your whole intestines get clogged with apples, it's nice to be able to know when to stop talking about apples shoved up your anuses when a car drives by really slowly with all the windows rolled down. But I feel like if you shove enough apples up your anus to the point where all your small intestines are, like, clogged up with apples and they, like, start coming out your mouth, I feel like the ghost of Johnny Appleseed just comes up and is like, no, you've had enough. Stop shoving apples up your bum. That's the true purpose of Johnny Appleseed. And I feel like ghosts are just sort of misunderstood, like the concept of summoning ghosts. Because I feel like if I were a ghost and I was going to be summoned, I would only come when people shove apples up their butts. I mean, is it just me? Because I feel like that's sort of the best time to come. Like, if I shoved my grandma's coffin up my bum, I would expect her to, like, come to me. I mean, my grandma's alive, so I'd probably get a call from her, be like, why'd you buy me a coffin and why'd you shove it up your bum? But I feel like, yeah, they definitely come and be all like, don't do that. That's not very respectful of you. But I feel like horror movies, yeah, they should definitely do that. Because I feel like the ghost stuff is just unrealistic. They should have, like teenagers, like, in the woods, and then like, they all split up and the audience is like, no, don't do that. And then, like, they're all, like, in the woods at night, and then there's, like a loud noise and everyone's like, ah, but then it's just a cat, and then they're all like, oh, ha ha ha, it was just a cat. But then, after all that happens, it should be like they're going over a tree and they're like, let's eat apples. And they're like, oh, they're gonna get them while they're eating the apples. But then they're like, why eat apples when you can shove them up your bum? And the audience is like, what? And then the film's rated R, so they like get completely naked and they shove apples up their bum, and it lasts like 20 minutes. It's horribly awkward because the actors actually have to do it, and it's painful too. I don't know if you've ever tried it, but shoving apples up your bum is painful, so people are like like shrieking in horror as they're shoving apples up their bum. And that's scary enough as is. But then the ghost of Johnny Appleseed like comes out of their bums, like fart ghost, and it's all like, guys, I know you think you're doing me a favour, but let me tell you about apple trees. They're fun to eat, but not for shoving up your bum. And then it's like a really intense lecture that leaves the audience feeling confused and weirdly violated, and then it's over and they're like, what? What on earth just happened? I feel like if I was the queen, I would say every movie, you can have like an arrow, whatever you want, but the second arrow has to have the main character shoving apples up their bum, or then... Because I feel like that could work with like a lot of movies though. I mean, like Ghostbusters, it could be like, if you want to catch a ghost, we gotta think like a ghost. What do ghosts like to do? They like to shove apples up their bum. Or what movie would it be hard? I mean, I guess Schindler's List would probably be kind of hard. I mean, I guess you could have Schindler be all like, I mean, all these lives I've saved. It's only like 6 million. I mean, that's like 6 million apples. I mean, that's not enough. I could have done so much more. I mean, to illustrate how insignificant that number is, I shall shove 600 apples on my bum. I don't know. And then the ghost could be like, Schindler, don't shove apples up your bum. You're a good guy, but not supposed to shove apples up your bum. You put those in your mouth. That's what you do with the apples. Man, I have wasted all my time. I got no sleep last night. I was thinking about apples up your bum. I don't know. Apples up your mum's bum. Oh, I took that a step further. Your mum shoves apples up her bum. That's gonna be my new catchphrase. Oh, junior year's gonna be a blast. I'm gonna be like the star of the classroom. We're gonna do that saying where like, you raise your hand and you say one fact about yourself. Everyone's like, I'm on the varsity baseball team, and I'm like, your mum shoves apples up her bum. One time I shoved 16 apples on my anus. I am so sick right now.